When DoorDash tried to force a tip,
I pay for my shit.
Give me any tip. No tip.
You tip after the delivery.
No, you don't.
Where's my food? Where's my food? You don't tell me that you're not about to give my food if I decide not to tip. Give my shit. I just pay for my shit. Bitch, you tripping. Give my shit. Give my shit. Give my shit. Give my shit. You tripping. Give my shit. What happened? Give my shit. I don't have to tip you. Give my shit. You don't force no tip. Give my shit. What is going on? You don't force.
Nothing.
No,
I haven't received any payment.
No.
This comes out.
First of all, he rules, but I wasn't rude at all. I wasn't rude at all. Give my shit. You not walking away with my shit, period. You not walking away with my shit. Give my shit. It's your job to deliver my shit. I pay for my shit, so give my shit.
No, I didn't pay you.
Your feelings is to the side. This is business. Give my shit. Give my shit. Give me my shit. Give my shit. That I pay for. Give my shit. Man, give my shit. Man, bitch. Dumb asshole. Man, touch me. Man, touch me. Man, touch me. Touch me. Shoot your ass, bitch. Touch me.
You just stole $30 from me.
Touch me, dumbass.
And you pulled a gun on me? I'm calling the cops right now.
Bitch, call the police.
I'm calling the cops right now. Yeah.
You can get off my fucking property
right
now.
I'm calling.
You need to leave my property right now.
when DoorDash tried to force a tip,
Ooh, man, this is crazy. It's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of dynamics going on with this clip right here that I kind of want to address. Firstly, DoorDash driver, you bit off more than you could chew. You must not be used to what could happen. You see people going off for things they ain't justified to go off for. So now a situation where they are justified to crash out on you, you think you ain't gonna get all of it? You were in for a rude awakening. Because look how quick that switch up was. Because remember, it's very easy to be caught off guard with things, right? It's been times where I got caught off guard and I was like, wait, what a second? What? But I'm processing it. It takes a minute for me to actually fully put everything together, especially because typically I try to come from a place of good faith. So I might be like, tell me again, wait, what happened? What did you say? I'm gonna really try to understand because I try to come with good faith first. But look how quick she switched up from confusion to hyena. Look at this.
I pay for my shit.
Give me any tip. No tip.
You tip after the delivery.
No, you don't.
Where's my food? Where's my food? You don't tell me that you're not about to give my food if I decide not.
She was confused. She was like, she just tried to come with an excuse real quick, like, because she knew she wasn't gonna tip anyway. She just wanted him to give him the food. So she was like, you tip after the delivery. So deliver it to me, give it to me. And then she was probably just gonna close the door in his face. But then she remembered, she was like, oh hell no. Nah. And she started going on. It was that instant, the switch, to where she just goes off. But in this case, in my opinion, it was justified. Not to this extent, in this proportion, in my opinion. But, bruh, who you think you finna strong arm a tip for? Don't be coming to people's house starting drama over things you don't have the right or the entitlement to start drama over. You're at my house, man. I don't need no bad juju, no messing up the feng shui at my residence because I don't know you. We need to just listen. Business as usual. Give me my stuff. I don't want to do too much talking with you. You're at my house. I don't know where you live. You come over to my house starting drama over something you're not entitled to. So he got what he deserved. But I also think it's kind of incredible because we got to look at the risks and what could happen. Because at the end of the day, this is a man at the end of the day. So it's like, do you have to handle it like that? Are you really that? Well, I guess she had her thing on her. She had her thing on her, I guess. So maybe she felt comfortable. But I'm just saying. I don't know if, a $10 DoorDash is worth you pulling out your thing or whatever, just okay, get off my property then. And I'm gonna go ahead and let them know you didn't deliver it. You got it on camera. Y'all, before we get into the next clips, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And it's really just a click. So if you're here anyway, you might as well click that like button. And also, if you can hype the video as well. The caption says DoorDash driver gets upset after customer refuses to tip. Hold on, bro. Hold on. What's up with these DoorDash drivers? Is this dude out of his mind? Let me blow this up. Hold on. I can't believe that. Wait a second. Let's take it from the top.
Hi, it's saying 0 for the tip. Was there a cash tip? Loser.
This is insane. So people really out here thinking they're about to press you over a tip. And then he gonna bang on the door like he's the feds. Man, I'd have opened that door so fast. Like, oh really? Because you don't even know what you're dealing with. You don't even know what you're walking into, bro. Why would you do that? And you don't even know who's on the other side of that portal. You don't know who it is. And I guarantee you, his tune would change if it's somebody to where it's clear that he's about to get his A whooped. But you know what's crazy? Then why you differentiating? Why you hoping that it's gonna be somebody that you know that you can get the best of, and that's why you knocking like that. But ultimately, you don't know. You don't know who's on the other side of that door. And ultimately, man, you're not even coming from a righteous place. You're not even in the situation to be doing that. So, okay, you knock on the door like the sheriff office or whatever, and then the door gets open. Now what? Now what? Because you're inviting this. You knocked on the door, the camera's right there. So now what? Someone comes to the door, you say, because guarantee he didn't know what he was doing. He was being emotional, but they come to the door, they say, how can I help you? And then you say, you didn't tip. Kyo tip. And what? Now what you gonna do? Now what you gonna do? Let me see. I'm trying to see your sides. It doesn't look like he's got a firearm on him. Nothing like that. I'm looking at his physique. Looks like easy work. So what we doing, bro? What you do that for? What you thought you was about to do? Impress. People just be wanting to get slapped. In my opinion. Let me see some of these comments. Tipping is not mandatory, but if you are able to order food and pay the fees for delivery, then you should also be able to pay for tips. No, that doesn't necessarily mean that. What if someone doesn't have a car? And so now they're weighing the time it would take to actually go to the location as well as still having to pay to get there. It actually may make sense. The next comment says they really can just leave it. He wanted to say something so bad. Someone else says, I don't understand as to why he accepted the offer. Well, he said that. He asked, were you planning on doing a cash tip? So some people will still take offers under the misconception that they're entitled to a cash tip. You're not entitled to it, man. And you're playing a dangerous game trying to bring smoke to people at their residence. Listen, man, people at their residence, they're comfortable, they're cozy, and then you out and about, people are scared when you do that. People are scared. You knocking like that and then you're making it clear that there's a problem. Man, people are so scared as far as like what's going on, especially when you escalate things to that extent and you stay right there after you call and they heard you just banging. People are so scared, man, they might pull out the shotty and just go ahead and just go right through the door. You better be careful.
This is what it looks like with no tip. This is how much a driver.
The caption says, point of view, just a mom DoorDash and trying to make ends meet, and you only made $2.
This is what it looks like with no tip. This is how much a driver will get if nobody tips for an order. $2.25. That is it. So if you don't tip, we out here working for nothing. Come on, y'all. $2.25. You didn't tip nothing. And then sometimes we got to drive 5 to 10 minutes to your place from where we picked up. And this is all you pay. We out here trying to make a living or fill in where the money that we already making is already lacking. And this is how y'all do people. This is what it looks like with no.
Don't take the ride. Don't take the ride. Let me see. Active time. Dang. She drove 32 minutes for $2.25. Wow. Let's do a sidebar real quick because I seen something pop up on the side here involving this same lady. I think it looks kind of interesting. I want to explore it.
So I'm about to go on a date, y'all.
The caption says $50 date challenge. And then we'll get back into it.
So I'm about to go on a date, y'all. I have challenged the date to be no more than $50. I'm going to show you, so come along. I'm a simple girl, and I like doing simple and fun things, so he thought that we wasn't going to be able to do this challenge for $50. He thought it was going to be way more. We are going to the movies. We'll see how this goes. Now, you know we're not in those $1 movie days anymore. The movies is super expensive, but here we actually came out and we got a really good deal. $17.32. We could split a drink.
Okay.
We are on a 50.
Oh man, this brother done found him one. This brother done found him one. It's like a needle in a haystack, but he done found one. She made a date challenge to stay under $50. As much under $50 as we could stay. Let's try to get it under 30. Hey man. Okay, I like that. I like it. Again, y'all, if you could like the video, let's get back into it.
When I tell you this is some bullshit, this is some bull.
Oh, hold on. So we just gonna read the messages here. So let's go back to the beginning.
Bullshit. This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. This is.
All right. So it starts off. It says long way, a lot of directions. They said, okay. Oh, so they started it off dry begging. Do you know what dry begging is? So they're not being direct about what they really want. They're talking about after they got the order, I guess, the dasher is going to message them, say that was a long way and there was a lot of directions. Basically saying I had to keep messaging you to let me know how to get into your building or whatever. So it starts off long way, lot of directions. The customer says, okay. And then the dasher puts tip question mark. Didn't see. Still dry begging, but getting a little more direct now. The customer says very unprofessional. I normally tip cash in person or after delivery through app because my order is always delivered to the wrong address and I receive no order, so I stop tipping through the app till I get my order in hand. But by you coming at me like that, I don't feel you're owed anything. If it's a problem, you can have someone more respectful deliver. Because to be honest, I don't like your energy and we'll be reporting you. Shaking my head. And see, this is the hard thing about this DoorDash stuff because See, if you go to an establishment and maybe you leave a bad review or you just don't like it, they don't know where you are. They don't know who you are. They don't know where you live. But now, when that DoorDash driver sees you actually report them, we don't know what's going to happen after that. You got to be on pins and needles. You kind of have to be waiting and seeing if something's going to happen because you already know they're bold enough to even reach out to you like this, which reveals a certain degree of impulsivity about their character. Impulsivity about their character, and ultimately unable to see long-term implications and consequences. Because obviously, okay, you didn't get your tip, it's over. You're definitely not going to get it by trying to force somebody to tip you. So the only thing that can come from this now is now you're going to pee them off and they're going to leave a bad review, which further makes it hard for you to do what you do and operate your little 1099 side work or whatever. But the fact that they couldn't put that together, that lets you know that this is a person on that side of the spectrum, which by that side of the spectrum, I mean impulsive and ultimately reckless, and is very probable to be someone who doesn't mind crashing out at the drop of a dime. Let me see what the second part of this says.
Some bullshit. When I tell you this is some bullshit.
Then after the customer left that long message, the dasher replied, "I'm coming. A lot of traffic, not trying to be unprofessional, but I can't find you. I haven't done anything wrong. Maybe I missed my word." Then the person said, "Nah, you was being rude and entitled because you assumed." We all know what's the first three letters of assume. Ass, of course. It's all good. Keep the same energy because I dang. So now you done got a customer who's actually an impulsive crash out. And see, that's another risk you didn't evaluate that you might run into. But it seems like, so they didn't even deliver the order yet. They were basically trying to make sure they had that tip on the back end by texting them before they even delivered the order. And that's why they said, and I usually do a cash tip, but now you're not getting one. But now they're inviting it. Come over here with that energy if you want to. My stuff better still be signed, sealed, and delivered. Otherwise, dang. And you know what's crazy? They already let them know they're still going to leave a bad review, and you still got to go and deliver their food just for them to still leave a bad review. You kind of deserve that. You shouldn't have tried it. Again, I'm seeing these DoorDash people, they're being selective, but at the same time, they're making assumptions that they're selecting an easy target. When I say being selective, they're just assuming that it's an easy target. And then when they find out that it's not, or the other guy didn't, but I guarantee he would have, when they find out that it's not, then they're backing down. Yeah, because you got to understand, there's people out here struggling just like you. That you're like, I need that tip. And the other person on the other end of the door might be like, I need to keep this tip. So we're in a dilemma. To me, the obvious solution is the abundant party with all the money should be forking out a little bit more money. And by that, I'm referring to DoorDash. See, DoorDash got all the money. The customers broke, the drivers broke. But DoorDash got all the money. And you got no smoke for DoorDash or any of these other little ride apps, these little gig work apps.
If you cannot afford to tip, please stay off DoorDash. Okay, I know tip culture has gotten insane, but it is raining outside and I decided, let me turn on my dash. Typically it's really good in inclement weather. Negative. The amount of no tip orders that I'm seeing is crazy. It's crazy. My philosophy, no tip, no trip. And this is why my acceptance rate stays below 10 to 5%, 98% of the time. Absolutely not. Gas is over $4 a gallon. I ain't got time for all that. You want me to pick up your food and take it 20 minutes away?
I can't wait to see her comment section. I know it's going to be divided.
Pick up your food and take it 20 minutes away and you tipped $1? What? No. Can't even say, oh, maybe they have a cash tip. Nope. I probably sound like crazy, and maybe someone's going to see this video and be like, oh my God, like, you should be thankful for the $1. And hell no. What is that going to do? No. I do this for extra money, not to just burn my gas for the hell of it, okay? No tip, no trip. Somebody will bring you your food, okay? They will, I promise you. But it's probably going to be someone who's going to steal fries out of your bag and has been scratching their ass cheeks and hasn't taken a shower, okay? Just being honest with you. If you cannot afford to tip, please say.
That's a bad pitch, ma'am. That's a bad pitch. It's not going to do what you think it's going to do. It's funny. I'm looking at some of these comments. Bree said, it's called a delivery fee. That's your tip. It should be. But then underneath that comment, Orange says, do you tip your Amazon driver? Why not? Oh, I want to see these replies. And then I'm going to give my thoughts. Somebody said, they are employees paid by the company. Somebody else said, this question can't be serious. Who raised y'all? Somebody else said, oh, wow, it's almost like Amazon workers get paid more. Then the person who made the post said, then complain to DoorDash. Customer pays delivery fee for delivery to door. And then somebody replied, the delivery fee the dasher doesn't see, dummy. What part of this don't you understand? But that's a great point. The fact that now you can make, obviously, the correlation on two different ends. When it comes to delivering food at the end of the day, that has always historically still been something that you would generally tip for, i.e. your pizzas, your Chinese food takeout. So I get that. Funny enough, I guess you could make a stronger case that a DoorDash driver should get it than you just tipping the business. Or I guess you was still tipping the delivery driver. But it really just brings something up that we may have to deal with one day, which is one day your FedEx driver, your UPS driver, your Amazon delivery driver. Imagine one day you got to tip them. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy? But ultimately, DoorDash is raking in all the dough. And it's not paying you all in proportion to the compensation you deserve. But it is paying you in proportion to the market. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of saturation. Everybody wants to quit their job and they don't want to have to wake up at a certain time and be obligated to have to answer to nobody. So everybody, either they quit their job or they lose their job. And some people lose their job and just get comfortable. And then they're like, well, I'm making money. I don't have to necessarily rush back to work. Whereas before, if you didn't have this avenue, you would have hurried up and found another job. So I ultimately say that to say that it's supply and demand. There is the supply of people willing to do these type of gig work apps has now far exceeded the demand that these companies need. And so what you won't do, someone else will. What you won't take, someone else will. So maybe you're like her and she's just like, I only take 5% of my stuff. Yeah. But that stuff is still getting where it needs to be. That's why I said your little sales pitch, as far as you talking about they're going to be scratching their butt and all this and opening your food, it doesn't hold up, man. It doesn't hold up. Nah, it's going to get there. Because everybody's wanting to leave their job and just do this and make money and be able to survive and then have their time. So that's just the market when it comes to DoorDash, which opens up other opportunities in other markets. But a lot of people have gotten comfortable and they're not open to exploring the other opportunities that have now revealed themselves to be exploited.
I want you to step over here, please. Excuse me, what is this about?
Watch. Another day.
Even the DoorDash driver thought this order was finger-licking good. But this video of the botched food delivery made these customers lose their appetites.
The finger lick was what got everybody. Like, it was the licking of the fingers. It was terrible, Mara. It was. So, it's like you just pick something up off the ground. Not only are you delivering nasty food, you're nasty.
Trina Brown of Florida says she posted the video on social media of the meal being delivered to her daughter's house. The video shows the delivery driver drop a box, pick the spilled food up off the ground, and put it back in the container. He also tried to stomp out the sauce that stained the porch. Brown says the thought of her family eating the food made her sick to her stomach.
And for me, feeding my grandchildren, that was a big deal. You know, we all have that 2 to 3 second rule. You can pick and choose, but when you don't get to choose and somebody gives it to you.
A DoorDash spokesperson said in a statement, "We're taking this incident very seriously. This behavior is unacceptable, violates our policies, and does not reflect the standards we set for our community. We've addressed the matter with..."
Y'all don't got no standards. Remember, it's oversaturated now. Y'all taking whoever you can get. It ain't no standards. It's just when it gets caught on camera, you just have to put, you have to do your PR. There ain't no standards. The standard is, let's get this money. And then we'll put out these little fires that is bound to happen because we don't have standards. We don't necessarily vet how we should. If we did, then we wouldn't be putting it on the customer like, hey, customer, you might want to tip. Otherwise, the drivers might not be too happy and they might crash out on you. That should be something that is held to a high regard. Honestly, at this point, the way things keep getting, DoorDash drivers should have to put down a deposit to work for the company. You should have to put down a $500 deposit. And see, that would make sure that we have actual serious and professional-minded and business-minded DoorDash drivers. It would also probably allow DoorDash to start paying them a little bit more. And if they put down the deposit, you get it back. Just don't break the rules of conduct. Don't crash out on customers. But if you crash out on a customer, then we're going to take your deposit. And I think that will solve a lot of the problems and that will fix a lot of the attitudes. And then, if you ever decide to quit, then you just get your deposit back. And that will make sure that we don't have butt scratchers, like she said, because now anybody can do it, delivering people's food. Or people who like to rake up food off the ground and put it back in the bag with their hand and lick their fingers and try to put it back in the bag because they're that desperate and they just can't afford to just admit that they made a mistake and then redo it.
Reflect the standards we set for our community. We've addressed the matter with the Dasher and have reached out to the customer directly to make things right. Brown says their meal was refunded and DoorDash gave them an additional $75 credit.
Wait a second. You said you did what?
Reached out to the customer directly to make things right. Brown.
No. It said we addressed the matter with the Dasher and I've reached out to the customer directly. See? Horrible reputation. What do you mean that's not something you can address. He was just caught this time. Who knows how many times this has happened? Addressed? You're supposed to say he was promptly fired. And this type of conduct will not be tolerated. Do you know how gross that is? We're dealing with food here. And you have people who are not necessarily certified to be able to handle food. But we're making them the intermediaries and making sure people get their food. These people probably haven't really been trained correctly as far as protocol. So when you just see things like this that are just clearly character flaws and integrity and ethical flaws, that's not something we address with the Dasher. No, you promptly get rid of them and you make an example out of them.
Is right. Brown says their meal was refunded and DoorDash gave them an additional $75 credit. But she's not pleased the driver wasn't fired.
Thank you.
Even the
it got exposed. They weren't fired. Because if they did fire them, they would have just said that in the media, in their little media statement. So, y'all, we'll leave it there, though, for today. That was a fun one. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button, and it shows the points. And since I'm a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. and hype was designed for smaller channels. So if it goes 7 days and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably, like I said, been over 7 days. Usually hype disappears after 7 days. So it's usually best practice to hype while the iron is hot on a newer video. And then also, if you want to become a member of the channel as well, join buttons on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family will come with is you would get badges next to your comments, where it would show people that you are a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you would get early access to content and also exclusive content that's not available for everyone else on YouTube. So again, join buttons on the video. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.